Okay, hello, ladies and gents. So today is our peer edit. I have assigned each of you a peer edit person. Some of you may have multiple people peer editing your piece, and that's okay too. So first, I need to show you how to access the document that you're peer editing. And this is sort of also a way for you to learn how to access your email, because when I assigned you a peer editor, it would have immediately sent you a email that tells you who, you've been shared a document. So to access your email, you can go, there's multiple ways, but the easiest is to go to the little waffle in the corner here and go down to your Gmail email. And then you'll be able to access your email. I'm using my daughter's here as an example because it's just easier. So I shared a document with my daughter. So she's going to be our practice peer editor on this document. In order to be peer editing, you need to just open the document that was shared with you. Now, keep in mind, some people made the mistake of not calling it their name with analysis publication, and they accidentally called it narrative publication. They're going to want to make that change eventually because this obviously isn't a narrative, it's an analysis. So if you notice that the person you're shared with says narrative publication, that was a mistake on them. You want to find who's listed with an analysis publication, and that's the document you open. When you open that document, some things that are important to know is one, you have not been given editing privileges. What does that mean? Well, it means that you are not able to delete or change or manipulate anything on this person's document. The only thing you can do is offer suggestions or comments. You want to read through the entire piece, focusing on those areas of the rubric for the analysis publication. That would include the content areas, making sure that they're properly addressing the task of the analysis. That would include the organization learning targets, making sure that they have proper numbers of paragraphs, they have an intro, they have a conclusion, they have their claims leading the essay, they have their quoted evidence, and then they have their full sentence analysis. That would include the style areas of the learning target, making sure their word choice is done well, making sure that their sentence structures are done proper, making sure that they're using a formal style and not slipping into second person and slang terms. All of the things in that learning target packet for this 9 weeks are areas you want to focus on making better and helping provide suggestions for your partner with. And of course, the conventions targets. I think the conventions targets are those areas that you guys most notice when you're reading someone else's essay. But please make sure that's not the only area of the learning target packet you focus on as you peer edit someone's piece. Make sure that you're looking at all content, style, organization, and conventions targets. When you want to offer a suggestion, for instance, maybe someone spelled a word wrong. That's not the case in this essay. I'm just giving you an option. Anytime you suggest, you just highlight the idea, and then that little plus sign over here is going to appear, and you click on it. And then I would just offer a question. Maybe I think it's spelled wrong. So I'll say spelling. And then now my comment appears. So once you're done peer editing this piece, your partner who wrote the essay is going to be able to go in and check for all of the things. Maybe I notice in the opening claim statement that they don't address both parts of the task. This claim does not address both parts of the task. So you don't have to make the correction for them, but you do want to explain to them the problems that you're noticing. So that way, when they go back into this document on Monday, they'll be able to look at all of the comments that you've made. Now, make sure that you are providing as many comments as you can for your partner. It's the only thing you have to do today outside of your MobyMax time, and it's going to be very helpful to the person that wrote this paper to know the comments. Now, keep in mind, they may take your recommendation and then they may not take your recommendation. It's up to them on whether they want to take the recommendation or not, but you need to provide them with some recommendations. So make sure that you are being a good peer editor and make sure that you're providing comments. Again, don't make the correction yourself. If you see a word spelled wrong, you may want to just say this is spelled wrong. Or if you want to give them, here's how you're supposed to spell it, and you could put the perfect spelling in there for them, that's okay too. You can do this for sentence fragments, run-ons, spelling errors, all of those types of things. But also make sure that you're not telling them what to write. So don't tell them, oh, gee, you should have put this in your full sentence analysis. Maybe instead say something that you notice that you think they should add more detail to in their full sentence analysis. But the goal is that your partner, when they go back into this document, will see a bunch of interesting comments that will help make their paper better. Please make sure you provide, I would say, a minimum of 5 total feedback comments. Make sure they are respectful and obviously make sure that they're not rude or disrespectful. Make sure that obviously if you notice a mistake, explain it to them in a polite, respectful manner. And that's all you need to do is focus on the content, style, organization, and conventions targets, and do so in a polite and respectful manner. So again, your person, when they go back into their document, will be able to see and look at all of the comments that you've made for it. So make sure that you are doing your fair share of the work by reading over their essay out loud to yourself and providing feedback in the form of comments. Remember, there is no need to be concerned. The person who you're shared with does not have access to delete any of your work. They only have privileges to comment. So you don't have to worry about any weirdness in regards to paper changes. You are the only person that can make changes to this document. Please let me know if you have any questions during my office hours. I'd be more than willing to help you as you're peer editing someone else's paper. And again, you access it by going into your student email, as I explained at the beginning of this video. So go ahead and open your email at this time so you can see whose document you are going to be peer editing, and open that document and make a minimum of 5 peer edit comments onto the document, and make sure they are polite and respectful, even if you're offering a change that is important for them to have a better score. Go ahead and get working on this activity.